Welcome to this tutorial. As you may have noticed when you opened this page, we recommend that you close any other applications and use the full screen to maximize your view. Continue to the next page where you enter the company name for the plan or select the name if you have entered one previously. If you have a multi-plan version, you can enter other names here. If you need to, you can also change the name of the company showing in the top box. Continue to start the plan. This takes you to the first section of the plan, Introduction. To explain the main navigation which appears on every page, the plan is divided into two. Main sections, where you are now and which deals with the input of data, and Execute plan, which covers the output, which we'll come to later. There is a logout button which you can use to either exit the plan, or if you have a multi-plan version, you can select another plan to work on, which brings you back to here. This tutorial is divided into sections, so when you see the Help button, it will take you to the part relevant to the section on which you are working. The Resources button takes you to a list of useful links that may be helpful for advice and reference. You can return to the page on which you are working by clicking here. The next navigation toolbar shows the 6 sections covering the 6 disciplines of the plan. Each has a drop-down menu showing the subheadings of the section. You can use these to navigate quickly to each subheading, or you can progress through the plan sequentially using the next button at the top or the next button at the bottom of the page. In the main section of the plan is divided into 2 panels. On the left are guidance notes, and on the right is the data input area. This is the business details page, which includes all the basic details about the company, which should be shown at the front of a business plan. The company name is created at the login stage, and this will appear on the top of each page of the finished document. If you need to change it at any stage, use the Logout button, then select New Plan to take you to the page to make the alteration. Where the boxes have Save alongside, enter the information and then click Save to save it. You can of course overwrite the data to change it and save it again. Where Add Change Details is shown, enter the first line of information. Click on the button and complete this information in the boxes before saving the details and returning to the main page. Complete the rest of the boxes, but before moving on to the next page, you can check your input by using the Review Plan button here. This page enables you to check the content under each heading. It is not editable here. You will be able to format and change the presentation when it is eventually converted into a Word document at the end. Go back to the working page and click on Next to go to the next page. The layout is similar to the previous page, though we now have the addition of back buttons here and here. Your data is saved every time you use either of the back or next buttons, but not if you use the drop-down menus. Under each subheading there is an overview which highlights the importance of the subject matter for your plan and the reader. The guidance notes include prompts as to the content, which should be entered on the right-hand page. The toolbar in the input panel is deliberately simple, as any changes to presentation can be made in the final document. The text is standard 10-point Arial, though you can alter the size and apply basic functions. You do not need to enter the subsection headings here. These will be automatically created in the correct sequence in the final document, as you will see when you go to Review Plan. You can insert a table by using this button, and it will bring up this panel from which you can configure a table to suit. You can also insert a logo or image by using this button and importing either a JPEG or GIF image from your files. We will now move on to the next section, marketing. This is the first page of the marketing section. The layout is as explained in the previous section, but you will find the guidance notes here and in the following sections more comprehensive. The Consider section raises points which you should consider for inclusion in your plan. Not all may be relevant to your business, so you may need to be selective. The State section contains points which are recommended for inclusion where they apply. Note you will need to scroll down to view all these. An additional feature here and in the following sections is the action list. This enables you to make a list of actions required as you progress through the plan. Once you have completed the list and print it out, now go back to the working page. We will move on to the customer list, where a form similar to the opening business details is shown. Complete this by inserting the customer name, add change details and add the further information before returning back to fill in the rest of the customer details. There is also a similar form to be completed at competitors list. The remaining pages in marketing are straightforward, but as we go into sales forecast, you will see the first of the spreadsheets to be completed. And this will bring you to the index page of the workbook for all the financial spreadsheets. There is a detailed help reference for the workbook, as you see here, so we won't go into any great detail on these now. Close this to go back to index. Essentially, you need to follow the numbered instructions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then start at the top of this list. And this brings up the spreadsheet for a 3-year forecast in units, if that suits your business. You must progress to pound sales anyway, but you can use this sheet only if you want to build your forecast by value alone. In addition to the help pages, there are instructions at the top of each page which you should read carefully. Don't forget to check the VAT column if this applies. When you've completed the sheet, go back to index. Upload the spreadsheets and go back to plan. The personnel section follows the same layout as previously, but has 2 additional features. Under Organisation Chart, you can just list your staff in the panel on the right, or by using the template you can create your own organogram. Under Skills and Staff Requirements, there is a checklist which may help you to consider whether you have any skill shortages. The Operations section follows the same layout as previously, with the standard toolbars at the top and the review, plan and action list at the bottom. The subheadings are quite comprehensive and are useful to go through as a check that you have covered all the issues. If any of them do not apply to your business, just make a short note to say so, then the reader knows that they have been addressed.